Good evening, guys, and happy Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces. So as I think I was telling you guys in yesterday's vlog and kind of Thursday's vlog as well, we had a lot of stuff going on today. And also too, like I was telling you guys yesterday, I was super scared that because of how smoothly sort of everything was going between like yesterday and like doing all the grocery shopping and like getting everything and remember everything for all of the events that we had going on today, and also for tomorrow for Easter as well. Like, I was convinced we were gonna forget something or something was gonna end up happening or whatever, and so far today was a success. So again, so long as we didn't forget anything for tomorrow for Easter, it should be a success tomorrow as well. So we ended up, I got up actually somewhat earlier. I didn't like get a ton of sleep, but I also didn't end up really, again, I woke up earlier than I have been, and also too, I went to bed somewhat earlier last night because I woke up earlier yesterday to go to the grocery stores with my mom, so I was up a little bit earlier. So I went to bed, like I said, earlier, and then today woke up at, again, a decent time. I think, honestly, it was around 9 o'clock, which again isn't super early, but compared to when I've been waking up, that was actually a pretty decent time for me. It was maybe, again, a little close to 10 o'clock. So again, I got up. We ended up, I got up, got dressed, ready, you know, and the thing was too is that I had to figure out something to kind of wear that was going to be a good mix between more of a, you know, like nice outfit for celebrating Easter at my aunt's house today, but also too for going to the family Parents' Day kind of thing at Matthew's fraternity. And so I was like, I don't really know like entirely what to wear. I don't want to like dress up, you know, like super dress up, but then like, you know, not be super dressy either. Like, I might have worn even like a nice, somewhat casual like dress to Easter if it was like at my aunt's house, and potentially if it was on Sunday. I think because it was on Saturday, it was a little bit more relaxed. And so because of that though, and again with, you know, again the Parents' Day sort of thing going on, I was like, I kind of want to again wear like something nice but just not be super dressed up. So I think I found, like I said, a somewhat happy medium. Still wore jeans, a nicer shirt, jewelried it up a little bit, did the earrings and the necklace, which it's funny guys because I don't remember when. It was just a couple of like maybe months ago at most, I wore earrings for the first time in like years. And the thing is that I did that also too, like maybe it was again like around like not this past Christmas but like the year before that, or you know, again something like that, and I hadn't worn them again for like a whole year prior. And so I was like, oh my goodness, I was like, did my piercings, you know, like did it close up or you know something like that? But I've had them pierced since middle school, and honestly too, I used to never ever not have earrings in. It was like I would sleep with my earrings, and when I was even in middle school I was just too lazy to take them out, I think. But I was always wearing stud earrings, like I said, all the way through since like, you know, for like the first like probably good like at least 3 to 5 years that I had them pierced. And I feel like that's why like now I'm not scared about them closing up. But I always hear people, they're like, oh yeah, like I stopped wearing them and they closed up. But I feel like it's like that like beginning, like again like that first like again couple, like a year or a couple months, whatever. If you're not, then again it just kind of closes up because it's not really, again, you know, not supposed to necessarily be there. But you know, like it's, if I feel like again though too, because I wore them for so long, like again almost consistently, I take them out every once in a while, but I was just, yeah, I always had them in. And so now it's like I rarely wear earrings, and when I do, they're, you know, I don't ever fear that, you know, they're not you know, that I'm not gonna be able to get my earrings in, which is weird though because I really only like stud earrings. I really don't like hoops or dangly earrings or anything like that a lot. My mom actually really hates stud earrings and loves hoops earrings. So I mean, she'll wear studs, but she, I think, like wears hoop earrings more. So like that's normally just her thing. Anyways though, so again, I ended up, like I said, outfit was good, ended up going. We spent the day there. Did end up bidding on a couple baskets this year, but we didn't end up winning any. And then also to the one that we donated ended up going for about $100, which I thought was pretty good. And then we ended up doing, my mom brought the pasta salad. We ended up eating there as well. They ended up also doing like a picture, like a big, you know, family Parents' Day kind of picture. And I'm trying to think, I think maybe they did something else too, like, you know, they did tour of like, you know, the fraternity we had seen before, so it wasn't, you know, something that was really new to us. But you know, it was a nice day there. And then we ended up leaving around, it was actually funny because we told my aunt we were going to be at her house around 5 o'clock, because I think they started at about 3 was when they started like the party. And then, you know, they were going to eat, and then we were planning on showing up for like dessert. And when we actually got there, everybody had just kind of gotten like the first round of food. And so my aunt was like, if you guys want to come before everybody gets seconds, you know, like you can eat. And we were like, well, we kind of ate there, you know, we weren't really planning on it anyway. But my aunt made her potatoes that I'm making actually for tomorrow, because I was figuring that we weren't going to be there for like dinner, that we weren't going to be eating food. So me and my mom were making my aunt's like, I don't know, famous, like, I've never had anybody, actually I'm not going to say never, I feel like they're sort of similar to like, I think they're called funeral potatoes, but they're like, it's like hash brown, or not hash, yeah, hash browns, like potato O'Brien's and like cheese. And I think, like I said, I've had something similar to that, but I think like what they're called is like funeral potatoes. And like I said, I remember somebody, like, we had them at a different party or something like that, and somebody called them that, or I don't know, something. Or I looked up a recipe for them, and that was what they were called. But like my aunts, like, I don't know, they're just, it's so good. And so again, we actually went through my mom's old recipe binder to find the recipe for my aunt's potatoes, because she knew she had it, and she wanted to make it for our Easter that we're doing tomorrow. So we ended up, like I said, going through finding that, and that was the stuff we had to make sure we got at Aldi when we ended up going yesterday. Or I'm sorry, not yesterday, when we went on Thursday, and then the rest of the stuff we had to get at Walmart yesterday because they didn't have some of it there. But anyways, like I said, we ended up, I got some of those, and then we'll see if mine hold up to hers that I just had yesterday, or, you know, today to tomorrow. So then we ended up, like I said, we went there, we brought our dessert, we remembered it. So we actually like went from Matthew's fraternity, we were driving past our house anyway, because like my aunt's house is like still in the other direction. Ended up coming here, we let the dogs outside because we'd been gone for several hours already, took them out, and we knew we were going to be gone for a while, you know, still at my aunt's. Ended up picking up the desserts. We all got in one car because Matthew drove separately back home. Then we ended up going to her house. We brought the desserts as well, like I was saying, you know, and again, we showed up right when they were eating dinner. And then we ended up having dessert after that. And then, you know, just hung out with family, all that kind of stuff. And ended up after that, we came back home, and everybody was tired. Matthew was talking about how tired he was too, because I guess they had to get up early to kind of like get things set up for today and things like that as well. So he was up early and kind of tired. And then we ended up coming back home, like I said, and again, we were all tired. I was tired because, like I said, I only had, like, I think I got maybe about 6+ hours of sleep, not quite 8 hours, but I didn't get less than 6 hours, so it was somewhere in there. But I ended up, like I said, I'm tired. Ended up coming back home, and then we ended up watching, we were home like just around in time to watch the UFC fights that were on, which Jack really wanted to watch too because it's his birthday. So, well, we opened up birthday presents. Jack opened up his birthday presents, and I don't think I actually told you guys what I ended up picking out for him. I normally show you guys, like, oh, well, like, I got this for, you know, whoever for like Mother's Day, or, you know, obviously my mom for Mother's Day, or my dad for Father's Day, or for somebody's birthday, or for Christmas, or whatever. But for Jack, I don't think I shared that with you guys. I ended up getting him 2 gift cards for his Nintendo Switch, because for Matthew, for his birthday, I ended up doing the same thing because he wanted, like, or Jack suggested that I get it because Matthew was playing the Pokemon game that they got for Christmas, and the DLC had just come out, or was going to come out. So he was like, well, why don't you get that for him? And I kind of figured Jack probably wanted it too, because they both have like the different version or whatever. And so I figured that, like, you know, Jack probably wants the DLC for his, and Matthew, you know, that I already got for his birthday. So I ended up getting him 2 of those like gift cards so that he could buy, like, I think it was 2 $20 ones, so he could buy the DLC, which I think is around 20 bucks, or I think it was like $35 or something like that, but like I couldn't get, like with tax, I think, you know, I couldn't buy like the $35 one, which they might have, or, you know, again, find something to get closer to that. So I just ended up doing two $20 ones. And then, cause that's, I don't know too, like a lot of times it's normally $25, but with Nintendo, it's like in like, I think 10, 20 and like 30s or something like that. And then maybe a 50, or maybe it's like 20, 30, 50 or something. But it's not like 25s, like in the middle kind of. But anyways, so I got those two for him, and then I told you guys too, I got him the birthday card when we went to the Dollar Tree yesterday, and then also too, I ordered on Amazon, which came yesterday, thankfully. I got him the vinyl record of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the first soundtrack, because Jack was talking about a handful of different records that he really wants to display in his new room. He's talking about doing them maybe around the door in his bedroom, or maybe again somewhere he wants to display them, maybe like over his what's it called, the closet door, you know, again, something like that. He was talking about it. And so, you know, like I said, he was, you know, saying that he wanted to have those. And it was funny because I was like, he was naming off some of them, and I was like, oh, do you want like the Guardians of the Galaxy also? Because they have very vibrant colors, and so I think he would like to have that, you know, also too, as like a display. And I have a record player that I got 2 Christmases ago, and so we listen to a lot of stuff, you know, especially in the mornings when we're making, like when we do stuff out on the Blackstone. And funny enough, we're doing that for Easter tomorrow. We're gonna do like a brunch breakfast kind of thing, and because of that, Jack was actually, after he opened it up and saw it, he was like, oh, can we do this, you know, and listen to it, you know, tomorrow, while we're, you know, out on the Blackstone, you know, grilling and everything, and, you know, like doing breakfast stuff. So we're gonna, you know, probably do that, but he was like super excited about that also. And then the other thing I got him was a little light that we got at Dollar Tree. It was only like $1.25. So again, I don't know how well this is going to hold up, I guess, but they had these little lights that were like LED light desk lamps, that were actually plug-in lamps, but they like don't, like they have like an LED light in there that will burn out obviously over time. It says it's like something like so many hours that you do end up getting use of them, but then pretty much once they're like gone, you can't replace it because it's not like a light bulb. So again, I thought though for $1.25, it's a better price than buying like a, you know, even a light bulb. So I was like, that's like a good deal. And he doesn't have a desk lamp to use when he has his new room, you know, to have a you know, like a little lamp on his desk, or even like a side table lamp in his room, you know, if he wanted it for whatever reason, you know, he could use that. So I thought, like I said, just for something cheap that I saw, well, at checkout, because that's where they had them, I was like, oh, this would be a nice little extra little gift to get him, just because like I said, I know now with the whole room moving around and stuff like that, Matthew had a lamp in like the desk upstairs, but then Matthew's gonna take that with him obviously, you know, when he moves in here after he moves back from school. And again, everybody has their own room, so now it's like some of the stuff where like Matthew and Jack shared things, each of them like need their own things now because they're each gonna have their own room. So again, I was kind of thinking about that, and I was like, that would be just again a nice little small tiny additional gift to get him. But the only actual, I guess, like physical gift that I kind of planned and ordered to get him was the record. And so like I said, that was just something that like he had mentioned kind of, but then I brought it up about that, and he was like, I kind of had a feeling you were actually gonna get it for me when you said that. And I was like, I kind of tipped him off then. But like I said, we ended up then, after Jack opened his presents, then after that we ended up watching the UFC fights, like I said, because that was one thing that Jack really wanted to watch for his birthday also, because the main card was Matthew and Jack's, you know, one of their favorite fighters. So we ended up watching that, and now just finished that up, and I'm gonna take a shower and get to bed because like I said, I'm tired, I'm beat. I need to also too, I feel like my eyes were just like so heavy, and on top of that too, I'm like, I have makeup on, and like I feel like this just is weighing down my eyelids even more, and I feel super tired, and so I need to wash it off and to get to bed. But anyways guys, that was our day, and like I said to you, everything moved so smoothly. It was very you know, like I said, kind of just stressless, I guess, for the most part. But we did end up, you know, we'll have to find out for sure if everything goes swimmingly for tomorrow for Easter. But, you know, we're not really doing anything. We don't have too much of a schedule that we have to stick to. We're just going to do a couple things for breakfast and then do like ham. And like I said too, my mom already made the jello today as well when we came home. And then we're going to do potatoes, green bean casserole, and I think crescent rolls. Like, we're not doing anything too big because, again, too, we did do a little bit today with my aunt for Easter and like the dessert and stuff like that. We got carrot cake for dessert, so we're not like, normally for holidays we go big for holidays, but just because of so much stuff that was going on the day before, I was like, there's no way we're gonna be like, oh, let's make all this stuff and do a whole ton of things, you know, all from scratch. Like for Thanksgiving and like for Christmas, we normally, like, it's like, you know, we could feed possibly, you know, 10 to 15 to 20 people sometimes with the amount of food we make. And yet, you know, like, my thing is I always want a good variety of stuff, but it's like you can't have a big variety and only cook for 5 people. And so, like, I feel like that's one of the big struggles. And so we're like, let's just keep it small and kind of simple for, you know, Easter, for, you know, tomorrow. And again too, because we did have a lot of other stuff that we had to plan for tomorrow, or for today. And so again, we're just, like I said, making things a little bit smaller, a little bit simpler, but still, you know, again, got all the, so long as we hit all the bases, I feel like that's pretty nice. Because it was funny on Thanksgiving, actually, we ended up doing like a big, kind of, not a big, but, you know, decent sized Thanksgiving breakfast, and then we ended up doing Thanksgiving dinner. We were done eating in like a handful of minutes, and I don't necessarily know it was because of breakfast, but like it just felt like we finished eating really quickly. And then all of a sudden we were like, I can't believe we spent all day cooking all this food for us to be done eating in like 10 minutes. Like, that was literally how fast it was, and it just felt like it was a huge waste. And I feel like already, like with just today, like we've productively used our time. I feel like it's been like a productive like use of like money as well, as far as like groceries go and things like that, that we're not like going above and beyond. Like I told you guys too, for 2 of the dishes that I think we're making, I had almost all of the ingredients, the green bean casserole and then the pasta salad we brought today. So the only thing I had to get was the stuff mainly for my aunt's potato like recipe, and then also too for like the jello and the crescent rolls, and we had to get the ham, but I was planning on kind of getting that anyway because it was on sale. So it wasn't like a lot that we were going out of our way to do, whereas again too, some of those other holidays we do. But again, I feel like we've kept it simple. It's been simple so far, and so far today was very smooth and went swimmingly and all that. So anyways guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give the gold thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.